Hey, good morning everyone. It's David back here. Just wanted to talk to you about something that was a topic on my mind today and everything. And actually just got back from a walk with my dog along the shoreline here in St. Petersburg, Florida. Just a beautiful day. Actually heard the Indy cars racing. We've got the St. Pete Grand Prix going on here in just a few hours. So should be a fun day. Beautiful weather for it. Might walk him down there and try to get by one of the turns and watch it. But the reason for this video today is that I wanted to talk a little bit more about meal timing, frequency, and your metabolic rate. There's a lot of misconception that goes around that you have to eat every 3 hours, you know, to stoke your metabolism, make sure that your fire is burning. You know, everyone's heard that old analogy, you got to keep throwing the log on the fire to keep it burning. Well, it's just not the case. I think a lot of this stemmed from people reading in those fitness magazines and everything, where professional bodybuilders and models and stuff, they eat every 3 hours and everything because they want to boost their metabolism to burn fat quicker, build more muscle, stay anabolic. It's just not reality, guys. I'm here to tell you, and from experience, I can expand upon this. So, first of all, let's start off with metabolism. Metabolism is not an hour-by-hour, day-by-day thing. To change your metabolism completely, it takes months. For some people who've been chronically dieting and have been in a very low caloric deficit for so long, it could take years to change your metabolism around. So this whole idea of meal frequency increasing your metabolism is just bogus. Just gonna flat out tell you it's bogus. Now, not to say that eating every 2 or 3 hours is bad. That's not what I'm saying at all. If it fits into your schedule better and it helps you stick to your caloric needs and your macro counts every day, by all means, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not the only way to do it. I personally used to eat about every 2 hours. And what I found was that I was actually having a hard time making any progress in my physique. And a lot of that was because I was piling too much food onto my system. I wasn't giving it a chance to digest, and I was feeling like crap all the time, you know, bloated feeling, just low energy. And it's because all that food was just sitting on my stomach every 2 hours and it hadn't had time to digest. That was an issue that I ran into, and since then I've actually started doing more of like a 5 meal a day split instead of like 7 or 8 like I was doing. And I've actually seen a lot more progress with my transformation and everything, trying to put on more muscle and more size, and my energy levels have actually been more constant because it roughly takes about 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours for a good sized meal to digest, get the nutrients into your body. So, I had a steady stream of blood sugar level and everything, and by the time it was 4 hours or so is up, maybe 5. I felt like I wanted to eat again, and that's important. The psychology behind eating is very important. If you're bloated, if you're, just not enjoying your meals, there's a problem there, and you might want to look at your meal frequency and stuff. But going back to the original topic, I just want people to know that because you eat every 2 hours or because you don't, does not mean that it's going to affect your metabolism. What's going to affect your metabolism is making sure that you get the right amount of caloric intake for the day. The right amount of calories, the right amount of ratios between your macronutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and making sure you're taking in enough micronutrients, all the vitamins you get from fruits and vegetables and dairy, multivitamins. All those work synergistically in your gut to help break down the food that you are taking in so that it can be shuttled off and used for growth, for metabolic health and everything. So if you are on a very frequent meal regimen and it's not working with your lifestyle, say you have a busy job and you just can't stop and eat every 2 or 3 hours, don't feel like you have to, and don't feel like it's going to take away from any gains you're trying to make, or any goals you're trying to accomplish. Calorie intake and nutrient intake is on a 24-hour cycle. So, if you wake up in the morning and you're just not that hungry, just have a little something to fill you up, And then later on in the day, when your metabolism and your body starts, kind of getting ramped up and saying, okay, now I'm hungry, then you start feeding it what it needs. This is how you start listening to your body. For many years, especially when I was battling through my eating disorder, I lost control and lost touch with my hunger cues. And part of it is ties hand in hand with my OCD issues, where it wasn't that I wanted to or that my body needed to eat every couple hours. It was that it was part of my schedule, and I couldn't get out of that time frame mindset and everything. And because of it, I lost a lot of hunger cues, a lot of being in touch with myself, because I really feel that your body will tell you what it needs when it needs it. And if you just learn to listen to it, I think that it will improve your overall health. It'll help you with your gym performance. It'll just help you with everyday life, more constant energy levels, because the body has a way of regulating itself. We as humans often overcomplicate things, and I'm the first one to admit that. So I know I do it constantly, but since I've kind of adopted this more flexible mindset, a little bit about more flexible dieting, learning more about it through gentlemen who I absolutely admire, Dr. Layne Norton and Paul Revelia. If you guys aren't following them, make sure that you do. They are two outstanding individuals in this fitness industry, in the world of fitness and nutrition, and they shoot it to you straight. I mean, everything is scientifically backed, and they really, I feel, because they've helped me so much, I really feel like they have all of our best interests in mind when they put content out. It's not just some of these other fitness YouTubers in the industry that are just trying to sell products. They're not doing that. They enjoy the art, the science behind health, muscle building, bodybuilding, and just look up a lot of their stuff on flexible dieting. I've learned a lot from it, and I believe that it could help all of us. Flexible dieting isn't just all about eating donuts and cookies to fill your macros. In fact, it's actually very little of that. Flexible dieting was actually invented to help people just not eat the same mundane chicken and rice every day. If somebody wanted to have some fish and a potato, or maybe some turkey and some whole wheat bread or Ezekiel bread, something like that, they could have the flexibility to make those choices and still fit them into their caloric needs for the day. Where flexible dieting's kind of taken a turn is you see a lot of Instagram photos and YouTube videos of people in the fitness industry showing you their massive cheat meal, like large pizza and donuts and everything, and they still say thin and shredded or jacked. Well, first of all, they're not doing that all year round. And second of all, I'd be very wary that they're actually eating all that in one setting. I mean, now if they're showing the video and you're sitting there with them and you watch every little bite that they're taking in, okay, obviously maybe you can believe it, but I have yet to see a video where somebody sits down with a whole large pizza, a box of donuts, pop, and films themselves taking every bite and eating it. So I'm very weary of all that, and I think you should be too. It doesn't mean that you can't go out and have, a couple slices of pizza every now and then, or some ice cream, or whatever it is you want. That is a concept of flexible dieting. It's just not doing it every day. And as long as you can fit it into your caloric needs, and you don't feel bad, you don't feel guilty, your body doesn't feel like crap for doing it, go ahead. Heck, it'll keep you sane, especially if you're in the dieting process. Say you're in a cutting phase for possibly a show or some other event in your life. If anybody's been through chronic dieting and stuff, you know that it could start messing with your head quite a bit. And if it takes having a cookie or a bowl of ice cream to keep you sane and keep your hormone levels correct, go for it. Just eliminate something else later on in the day and make it fit. So it's just a few little things that I wanted to touch upon. The big thing was really, the meal timing and stuff. Don't get all hung up on every 3 hours. You'll have no social life. I've spent many years in that realm where I had to leave places to go eat because it was that time to eat. You'll just enjoy life better. You'll enjoy the company you're with. You'll enjoy food. You'll have a healthier relationship with food. And, especially if you're in the fitness industry or fitness world and you're looking to improve upon your physique or your athletic performance, you might start seeing some really excellent gains and progress that you weren't making before. So I'm going to end it here because it's getting kind of long, and I like to keep these short so that if you're watching doing interval cardio sessions or just kind of bored and want to watch a short video, I like to keep them fairly short and quick for you. I'll be back with another video here soon. If you like this, please like below and subscribe and comment with any thoughts, any suggestions you have on the topic, and hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Remember, confidence is key.